Hi, my name is Gary Richardson, and I've been attending Victory for 8 years, and here's my God story. I was admitted to the ER on November 29th of 2020. I had COVID pneumonia. I thought it was my chronic emphysema, COPD, that had gotten worse. The plan was to go ahead and pump me full of steroids and antibiotics, and they were giving me oxygen, and they wanted me to use my own lungs. They didn't want me to actually go on a ventilator if at all possible. Now for the rest of the story, and I've titled it, When God Says No. Laying in bed, very sick, for that first 48 hours, I was just grasping for breath, and I thought this was my last journey. So I had a conversation with the Lord, very deep, very intimate, and I was asking Him, Father, if it be your will, take me home. Because I was thinking about my family not being here, the isolation, what they were going through, and I was tired, I was exhausted, and I just didn't have the will. And as I prayed for Him to take me home, I actually lifted my hand up and I said, take my hand, Lord, and lead me home. And I heard no. It wasn't a commanding no. It wasn't a no that was forceful. It was a different kind of a no. So I asked Him again. I said, Lord, if it be your will, take my hand and lead me home. And I heard that no again. But this time He said, I've got you in the palm of my hand. That was the moment that I understood for the first time in my life with really what Abba Father meant. That was a loving Father that was trying to help me and guide me and protect me. This was a life-changing moment for me. And then all of a sudden, I heard this. It said, Gary, you have a purpose right here, right now, in this place. And He said, it's the folks that was praying for your family members, your church family members, your neighbors, folks that were praying for you to survive this. Those are the prayers that I am honoring. Those are the prayers I'm answering. It was the big picture that He was trying to show me that I was just a little piece of it. But that big picture of all those folks that He was answering their prayers. I instantly became calm. I had a peace that overcame me like I've never had before. I rested, and then the very next day, the nurses came in. They started to lower my oxygen levels. I had been also malnutrition from not eating and losing so much weight. I was starting to actually get an appetite. And then I had a phone call. And here it was my wife outside my window, and she said, you need to see if you can get to your window and look down. And there was my whole family, all on the sidewalk by the river, and they were all talking to me on the phone. And then I remember the purpose. I had a purpose, and there they were. My family was my purpose. And my one granddaughter had a sign that said, Bumpa, I am pregnant with your next great-granddaughter. And she didn't tell anybody and wanted me to be the first to hear that. So God was showing me just the beginning of my purpose. Since then, I've had several, well, too many to mention about all the purposes in this last 3.5 years. Being able to marry a grandson. I was able to give blessings at another granddaughter's marriage. I've had 5 great-grandbabies born since then. This is one thing that I do know. God's stories will live forever. I am so thankful for everyone that prayed and walked with my wife during this very difficult time. And if you're going through a difficult time, ask your friends, your church family to pray for you. This is my God story, and I sure look forward to hearing from yours.